Have to travel all the way to Spain to get yourself a glass. We're learning a new form of winemaking this morning, speaking of wine, and things could get a little messy because we got Bethany Crouch out there taking part of the big crush coming to Amador County. Hey, Bethany, you got the jacket on.
I got your jacket on.
Oh.
Thanks, May. Thanks for letting me borrow it.
You're welcome.
It's a little sprinkly out here. So I want to introduce you to a couple of fabulous people here. We've got Paul Sobon and his daughter Camille out with Sobon Winery in Amador County. 43 different wineries participating in this weekend's big crush event. It's really fun. They do it every year. You get to come out and have the winemaker experience. So this right here, these are Syrah grapes, Paul.
These are Syrah grapes that we picked about a week ago. And they're basically get crushed into these small vessels. We call them macro bins. And we start the fermentation process in there. And twice, 3 to 4 times a day, you need to punch them down to extract all the color out of them after you add yeast to it.
Okay, give us a little demonstration. I'll hold your glass for you.
This is the punch down procedure here. You're basically submersing the cap is what we call it. When it floats to the top, this is called the cap.
So you can see how what he's heading over to there, that's a little bit thicker, harder to punch down because it's just been sitting for a while, getting nice and thick. But where there's more liquid, of course, it's easier to punch down. But this is really, it requires some muscles to do this multiple times a day. And how many vats like this do you have?
Oh, you can have up to 100 going at one time. We generally don't try to have that many because it's very time-consuming, a lot of work. So we do the same thing that happens in tanks. The same principle happens. This is visual. This is super cool. People love to do this. When you come to our winery at Shenandoah Vineyards on Saturday or Sunday, you'll be able to do this. Grab the punch down stick, start at it.
Okay, so Shenandoah Winery, that's the one where you're going to be able to have the experience of, hey, how does this stuff really get made? Okay, so inside the barrel, that is where we have Syrah that has been hanging out for how long?
So this Syrah over here in the barrel was picked about a month ago, and after about the 10 days in this vessel, it gets pressed, it gets taken to the wine press, it gets squeezed all the juice out, it gets settled, and then basically if you look at Camille's glass here, you can see the difference in the clarity. This one's rather clear, this one's rather mucky. This is what I dug out of the bin just a second ago.
Okay, so this is the mucky glass. Okay, so I'm going to give it a little sample. Tell me what I should be tasting for.
Ooh, it's going to be mucky. It's gonna taste like that green drink you have at the health food store.
Yeah, it's bitter. It's really bitter.
And then taste the one that from Camille has.
Okay.
And all of a sudden it's become very soft. In a 3-week period, all of a sudden it tastes like wine.
Oh yeah, you can really feel the taste on this. The properties change dramatically in just a few weeks' time. So people, when they come out, so this is specifically Shenandoah Winery. You guys have 2. You've got the Sobon Winery Estates and then also Shenandoah. So when they come out to both, are they able to do this process?
So Shenandoah Vineyards, you're going to do exactly what we're doing here today. And at Sobon, we're going to have one of these bins with fresh grapes that haven't been fermented yet. So if you want the Lucy experience and you want to go out and crush grapes, take your shoes off, climb in, crush some grapes, so you'll be able to make a juicy mess, and if you can get into it as you want.
So Camille, be honest. How often do you get out there and actually deal with this? This is called the must, right? M-U-S-T. How often do you get your exercise by punching down the must?
If I'm going to be completely honest, not that often, but I have done it before.
Yeah, you're a winemaker's daughter. You need to know the process, but the rest of your job is really, you have to quality control. Yep. This is very important. She needs to make sure that the wine is good to go.
She's also my harvest help first thing in the morning. She's the truck driver. She's this little lady basically gets into a 1-ton pickup truck hauling 5 tons of grapes from vineyard to vineyard and vineyard back to the winery every morning during harvest.
And people probably have that misconception of, oh, it's just the wine tasting, the quality control. No, you're working hard out there. And this is a great opportunity for everybody to come out and experience what these wineries do right here in our own backyard. I know you have all the details in studio.
For those who can't go a day without pizza, I may know a few of those people, maybe one myself.